Welcome to All Things Marketing Podcast, the podcast that talks all things marketing for both franchise and multi-location marketing leaders. ATM is brought to you by PureDriven. We'll show you how to turn your brand into a money-making machine. Here's your host, Steve Rockwood.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Franchise ATM. My name is Steve Rockwood. I am the marketing manager at PureDriven. And today we're going to be talking about batch scheduling to make social media posting that much easier for business owners. I am joined by special guest Nobody. Today it is just me, myself, and I, so this is going to be a faster episode. But let's hop right into it because it is very important, and I promise you it will save you some time. So when I say batch scheduling, what I'm really talking about is just doing everything at once. So just making a batch, like a batch bake. If you watch the Great British Baking Show, which my wife and I absolutely love, you'll see that they do batch bakes a lot of the time because they don't have that much time to make a lot of food. So in this case, we're going to be batch creating social media posts. I like to do it on Sunday night. If you follow me on LinkedIn or you're connected with me on LinkedIn, you've probably seen me post about my Sunday nights, where I like to schedule and plan for the next week of content and really get all my social media posting done so that I don't have to worry about it during the day. And on Monday morning when I wake up, I know that I will be ready to help anyone that needs help or just do my normal daily tasks without having to worry about scheduling social media posts if something does come up and someone needs me. So how we're going to do this? There's a few ways to do this. The first way, and my suggested way, is to use some sort of third-party social media posting platform. There are hundreds of them out there now. There's Hootsuite, Lately, MeetEdgar. There's so many more. I'm not even going to bother trying to list them all off, but I've used plenty of them. Post Planner is a good one. I've used that one before, and it actually provides content, which is kind of cool. Now, once you have chosen your platform, or if you don't want to use a different platform, you don't have to. So I'll just explain how to use it, and then you can use it on each platform by itself if you don't want to use a third-party platform. But basically the strategy here is to take a night out of your week, and it's not a whole night, it's a couple hours at most. And that's if you have to create all the content from scratch. If you've been making content over the week that you can post for the next week, then it's going to be even faster. And all we're going to do is start planning our content and our posts. So take Monday as your first day. And let's just choose a common marketing mix to make it easy and relatable for you. Let's say you're going to use Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All right. And let's say you want to post almost all the same things, but not quite all the same things on each platform. So let's start with Facebook. You can either use a third-party platform, or you can actually go into Facebook and schedule posts. If you go on your Facebook page and next to publish, instead of publish, hit the little arrow. It will give you a drop down, and you can actually hit schedule instead of publish. Now, you're going to schedule your first post for Monday. Now, let's say it's a blog post, a podcast, an event you're running for your store, or maybe just a happy Monday, and you put a picture of coffee and you make a meme out of it or something, right? Just a simple post. You can even take a picture of your staff in your store, all holding up their coffee mugs saying, "Happy Monday, we're open, come on in." All right, so there's your Monday post. Maybe you want to make the same post on Twitter. So then you make your Monday post for Twitter. Then you do the same thing for Instagram. If you didn't know, you can actually share your Facebook post directly on your Instagram quite easily with a click of a button. So you can do that as well, and you can basically schedule it twice, which is pretty cool. Kill two birds with one stone. Now, if you're using Hootsuite or something similar, you can also put multiple platforms in there and it will post all at the same time. Now, you don't always want to do that because sometimes you really want to utilize your hashtags, right? And you don't want to flood your Facebook page with a bunch of hashtags, whereas on Twitter, you're probably going to use some hashtags, and Instagram, you're definitely going to want to use some hashtags. So even if you use the same content, you might want to create separate posts just so that you can utilize those hashtags. Now you're going to go to Tuesday. As I explain this, there are two ways to do it. I prefer, because I use these third-party programs, I prefer to schedule day by day, not platform by platform. So I like to do Monday and then Tuesday on all 3 platforms, and then Wednesday on all 3 platforms. If you don't want to do that, or you're going to have completely different posts on every platform, then I would recommend you go platform by platform. So start with Facebook and make your 5 to 6 to 7 posts for the week on Facebook, right? Make your daily post, daily post, daily post. Now, what I like to do, especially on Facebook, is I don't want to post more than twice a day, and I usually only post once a day. But I don't schedule 2 posts for the week, even if I think I might use 2 posts that day, because I want to keep some open slots for things that happen or inspiration that might hit me during the week. So maybe a really great article came out and I really want to share it, but I already scheduled 2 posts and they already went out. Let's say it's Thursday and they both went out before 3 p.m. and I saw the article at 4 p.m. I don't really want to share that article again, so I don't really want to make another post, I should say. Not share it. I do want to share it. I don't want to make another post. So I could either put that in a catalog so I can schedule it for next week, or if I didn't schedule 2 posts already for that day, I could have posted it. So I like to give myself a little bit of room to play with in case inspiration does hit. That being said, give yourself a couple hours to do this, especially the first couple times, because the worst thing that can happen is you think you're doing something that's super good for your business and it seems super easy, but then you get distracted or you run out of time and you only get to Wednesday. And then Friday comes around and you realize, oh no, I forgot to make a post for Thursday because I was thinking I batch scheduled them all, but really I didn't. Now, I like to do a fail-safe. So my final tip to you is make a fail-safe. So like I said, I don't like to schedule 2 posts, but I do like to schedule 1 post so that if for whatever reason, say even I get sick, right? Say it's Thursday, I get sick, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going into work today. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. Oh no, Friday comes around, I didn't make a social media post on any of my platforms, or I just missed one. Darn, I wish I would have scheduled something, so even though I'm sick, it would have gone out. I like to do that just in case. Now, the final thing you can do, if you're really scraping for content, obviously you can search the internet. You want to share stuff that's relevant to your industry. So for my sake, I go to Marketing Land. That's great for digital marketing and retail marketing and franchise marketing and all these other great things. There's Forbes, Entrepreneur, all these great resources to use. I also draw from our own blog and our own podcast content. Like you might be listening to this podcast because I scheduled it to go on social media and you saw the post and started listening. That'd be pretty cool. Actually, if that happened, let me know on the social media. Say, hey, I was listening to the podcast because of this post and then you told me to comment on it. That'd be pretty cool to see, right? Real life results. Anyway, if you have any questions on how to do batch scheduling or uploading, let me know. You can use content that you would normally use for social media. It's just that you're basically creating it or finding it all at the same time. If you're a really good planner, you can schedule your posts ahead of time. And then during the week where you don't have to schedule posts because you already did it, you can gather content to start sharing next week. And then you're always ahead of the game. It's always better to be ahead than behind, especially when it comes to social media posting. Well, I hope that helped you out. I thought this was going to be shorter, I'm not going to lie, but we're actually at about 9 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or if you found this helpful. And thank you very much. That is all I have time for today. I will see you here next time on Franchise ATM.
You just listened to All Things Marketing Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch every new episode every day. Want to be a guest on the show? Sign up at PureDriven.com/guest. See you tomorrow here at the ATM.